Hello friends, you can log on to primeaptacademy.com to access complete free video courses. It says there are two real numbers a and b such that absolute value of a is less than absolute value of b. Also a plus b is less than 0. That means a plus b is a negative number. Now there are a couple of cases. Let us assume that if I assume both of them to be positive, that is not possible because a plus b is less than 0. Okay, so can a and b both be positive? No. One of the cases both are negatives. So a and b both are negative. So if both are negative and absolute value of a is less than absolute value of b, that means let's say a will be minus 5 and b is minus 7. In that case absolute value of a is 5, absolute value of b is 7. Okay, so absolute value of a will be less than that of b. But between a and b, a is greater than b because a is minus 5 and b is minus 7. So from here this case I get a is greater than b. Okay, this is one option. What are the other option for a plus b to be negative? When a is positive and b is negative. Okay, now this is a possibility, but b is negative and b has a much higher value of a negative. Okay, so if a is 5 and b is minus 7, let's say, this is possible. So if a is 5 and b is minus 7, a plus b is negative, absolute value of a will be 5 and absolute value of b will be 7. Okay, still over here this is also satisfied because absolute value of a is 5, absolute value of b is 7 because b is minus 7, what we assumed. Okay, so now in that case if you look at it, still a is greater than b because a is a positive number and b is a negative number. Now if I take another case where a is negative and b is positive. So if a is negative, let us assume a to be minus 5 and b to be 7. Okay, but in that case a plus b is not less than 0. For a plus b to be less than 0, I have to assume this to be 3, b to be 3 and a to be minus 5, because when we add minus 5 and 3 then we get a negative number. So if this is the case, then absolute value of a is 5 and absolute value of b is 3. Again this is not possible because absolute value of a has to be less than that of b. So this case is also ruled out. Okay, so only two cases are there when both are negative, and in that case a has to be greater than b. The other case is a positive and b negative. In also that case a is greater than b. Okay, so only in these two scenarios this is being satisfied, and in both the cases we found that a is coming out to be greater than b. So quantity a is greater than quantity b. So answer option A is the correct answer here.